Welcome to Garage Geek with a Star Wars book haul. I got a haul of hardcover Star Wars books from eBay. Now I paid $41 for these books total. It was originally $32 and there are 5 hardcover books. I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but I've recently been reading these specific books, and when I was thrift store shopping, I found one of these books in the bookshop behind the counter, and it was $25 on its own. I'll show that book in a minute. And I thought I was already paying $35 for a really nice art book. So I decided not to get that book and to check eBay. And although the books that I got probably aren't in as nice a condition as the one that I saw in the shop, I think I got a better deal. These books are wrapped up really tight in saran wrap, and I'm happy for that. Let's see what they look like opened up. Now, I was really worried because in the posting, I couldn't see the spine. And so I am happy to say that the spines do look pretty nice, although you can see that there's some damage to some of these spines. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to put all of these in BroDart, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. I'm also going to clean them up. Hopefully, we can breathe some life into these books. But let's go over them.
You're not old, Commander.
No, when I'm looking at you, I'm not.
Now, the first two are the books that I really wanted. So the first book is Splinter in the Mind's Eye, and I recently bought this in paperback and read it. This is in pretty bad condition. I'm just hoping that when I put it into the BroDart, it's going to look really nice. This is by Alan Dean Foster, and I believe this is the first Star Wars novel. I had it as a kid, and I really wanted it. I'm hoping it will look better in the BroDart. Next, we have Han Solo's Revenge, which I've already read in paperback. It's actually, I think, 2 books in one paperback. I can't remember. This is the one that they had on sale for $25. As you can see, that one was much nicer. This one is pretty beat up, and I'm hoping that in the BroDart, it's going to look a lot better.
Whoever said that evil just stalks the earth? It's always midnight in space.
The next book is Han Solo and the Lost Legacy. Now, I'm not sure if I read this one or not, but I'm planning to. And yeah, I mean, the condition of this book is like the others, but it's a little bit better, although it has some color removal up here.
Themselves marooned on a planet of horrors where all their innermost fears have become reality, and no one can hide from their own nightmares.
Han Solo at Star's End is one that I read, and you can see that this one is probably the most beat up, and you can see some kind of damage, but I'm hoping I can breathe a new life into these books, into the BroDart. Oh, it's also got dust on it. Now, the last book is one that I didn't want. It's volume 3 of a 3-book cycle, The Last Command by Timothy Zahn. I don't know if I'll keep it or if I'll give it away. I know Mr. E loves Star Wars. He might like this book, but I'm going to see first. I really did just want these old Han Solos, and I might try to get the next set, which is, I believe, based on Lando Calrissian. I haven't read those yet. So you've seen the books, and you've seen what kind of condition they are in. I'll show them one more time. I paid $41 total for these books. Let's see if when I put them in the BroDart, they're going to look nice and be worth it. Because the way they are right now, they probably aren't worth it, but we'll see what we can do. I was going to put some music over this, but then I decided to be lazy, and so I'm just going to do a really bad voiceover instead. So you could see that I grabbed some, this is called Method all-purpose cleaner, and some paper towels, and I'm just spraying, and then I got a 9-inch BroDart, because that one fit the books. And I gave them each dust jacket a good scrub. I think that it helped them clean up pretty well. Like I said, the first two that I really like are those Splinter in the Mind's Eye and the Han Solo's Revenge. Yeah, there was some sticker residue on that. I should have got the Gooby Gone, but I didn't, or Goo Gone, or whatever it's called. These books are really dusty. If you look in the inside, the jackets are very yellow. So either that's from smoke residue or just old age. I'm not sure. A couple of them look like they had some kind of water damage. But overall, the dust jackets, they weren't horrible because that yellow back is pretty much hidden because of the BroDart has the white paper that covers up the back of the dust jacket. So every time I would scrub one of these books, a whole bunch of dust would come out over the white surface, and I was finding I would have to sweep that off, or else it'll get actually stuck on the BroDart. And then once you're done with the BroDart, if you see something stuck in there, you got to open it up again and redo it. Now, sometimes when you're folding over the BroDart, it's difficult to get it right. The plastic will come undone, or it will be a little bit larger, so you'll have to redo that 2 or 3 times. You'll also see me flip over. Oh, there was a piece of the actual spine that was folded down. I was able to put that up. Yeah, that was a dead spider inside. So yeah, that one took a little bit of scrubbing, but you can see how yellow it is. You'll see that I keep adjusting it and pushing. And when I flip it over like that, if I see any white at the top, then that means I've got to adjust the dust jacket to make sure that the white, the top of the dust jacket goes all the way to the edge in the BroDart, or else you get like a white stripe. Which you want to avoid. It's not horrible. Now, you're supposed to put some heavy books on top of them just to help them settle, and maybe do that overnight. It really helps. Otherwise, the books will be a little puffy. But if you go ahead and put them right on your bookshelf, it would be okay. Now, as I said, this one was actually the dirtiest, but it cleaned up the best. Dirty in the sense of dust. The other ones they had damage that couldn't be fixed. But this one cleaned up the best of all of the 5 books. So we're coming up on the end of this very lazy voiceover. So here are the results. So as you saw from the sped up video when I was putting them together, a lot of these look like they came from either a house that had smoke damage, or there was a heavy smoker, or maybe water damage. I don't know. But yeah, these books are pretty sketchy. So I'm gonna go one by one. The 2 most important to me were these 2. So the Splinter in the Mind's Eye is, I mean, it looks better, but honestly, it still looks pretty rough. I would say though, after cleaning it and putting it in this, it does look a lot nicer. I'm not going to win any awards. And then the next one is Han Solo's Revenge. It still looks pretty rough. The one in the shop was way better. To be honest, I'm not totally disappointed. I thought they were going to be worse. The next 2 are the Han Solo, the other part of that trilogy. This one was the worst, but it still doesn't look that bad. This one is, actually this is the one I started reading, and I put it down just because I was busy, but I need to get back to it. So I've read all the trilogy except the last one. And then this actually was the dirtiest book. It was the most recent, and it actually was able, dirt in the sense that it had a lot of dust and dirt all over it, and I was able to clean it up really well. I mean, it's the most modern of all these books, so it came out looking the best. And so now it's up to you. What do you think? Was this worth $41 for these 5 books? $32 for the cost, and the rest was shipping and tax. I'm happy I bought them, but I'd love to hear your comments. And remember, please hit the like button. I'm doing an experiment to see that if I ask you to hit the like button, am I actually going to get more likes? As always, I want to thank you for the support. Look at Nana. She's flying in space, Nana. You don't like that. You just ate.